With the release of Castles as well, a brand new Paradise season came to Lost Ark, which is Paradise Season 2, and of course a lot of things have changed, or maybe this is your first ever Paradise season. So let's talk about, of course, what you should do and why it's so important that you're doing Paradise every single week. So to keep it simple, guys, what is Paradise? It's an equalized gear content piece where you're going to be able to get yourself cool rewards every single week in the form of Hell Key rewards. And even if you want to, there is a competitive scene with a leaderboard, and based on the leaderboard at the end of the season, we're going to be able to get ourselves some very cool rewards, including banners, including insignias, and as well even a lot of gold as well. But even if you aren't going for these leaderboards, there is still a ton of rewards that are very good. So let's start off right here. This is your first ever time going into Paradise, so of course, what do we need? If you open up your quest journal, if this is your very first time, in here in the core guides, there will be one for Paradise. If you follow this guide, you will get yourself some free hell keys and even some free entrance tickets, so be sure to do that. After the tutorial's done, we're going to be able to be in any city, or just open up your content list and there will be a Paradise button right here. And now we are ready to get started. So there is two different ways to go about this, and there's going to be a sweaty way or just a casual way. First thing you're going to do is go to your Paradise exchange guy right here and go over to the entrance exchange and get yourself your weekly Elysian attempt. You should buy this every single week. In my opinion, it's 3,000 gold, and you're going to be able to get yourself one extra Elysian, which is just very good. The crucible tickets right here at the bottom is for defeating the bosses. If you ever need more tickets, you can buy these for silver. Then, of course, there's two more things right here, the exchange keys and as well the exchange, but we're going to talk about those a little bit later. You can just go ahead and claim your ticket right here, because this ticket is just gone after this week, so just go ahead and use this. Okay, so now, of course, we have Elysian, we have Crucible, and we have Hell. So Elysian is where you get yourself your items to upgrade your character to become stronger. Crucible is where you fight bosses and unlock higher tiers of Elysian after clearing the Crucible. And Hell is where you use your weekly rewards to get yourself some stuff. So if you're starting off for the first time, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and not do Elysian and just give Crucible a try first. So we're going to go to the reward exchange. We're going to buy ourselves 1 or 2 or 3 tickets. I think I'm just going to buy 3 of them. And we're going to go inside right now. One thing you are going to notice is that, for example, you can see all my stats are 0 because all the stats you're going to be able to get from the Paradise are just from the item drops. So what you should do is, you can see I have a build right here, but the build is going to be based on what is good for your Paradise build. So go to lostark.nexus and look at your class guide, and there should be a guide there for Paradise as well. And now your goal is going to be super simple. Of course, not every class can do this, but you're going to go ahead and try to get 60% on the boss. So we're going to go ahead and just defeat the boss as much as possible. You don't have to worry about your T-skill or about your awakening too much, because, of course, these are going to have a very long cooldown. So we're just going to go ahead and just do as much damage as possible and hopefully reach 60%. And there we go, we reached 60%, which is very nice. Like I said, not every class is going to be able to get this. Your goal is not defeating the boss. We just want 60%, just for a special reason. And there we go, we are done right now. We got 71%, and we now got ourselves a chest right here. And it's this chest, the Legacy Random Chest. It's going to give us 5 free gear pieces, random from gray all the way up to purple. So what's cool about this, normally one level Crucible is going to give you, one level of Elysian is going to give you 5 items. This box gives you 5 items as well, so technically this gives you 1 round for free. So we're going to go ahead and open up all these items, boom, and we're going to go ahead and go over to Paradise, and you can see we then have all these items right here. So we're going to equip all of these, and we're gonna then as well extract the rest. So if you extract these, we're gonna get ourselves some points, and these points can be used to upgrade your gear. So you can see we now have 5 of these. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for the bottom 2 ones and 1 level in here, because what it's gonna give us is gonna give us 10% crit rate, and it's gonna give us 5% crit rate. And crit rate is something that's definitely very much needed. And then we can put 1 point in the top right, which will give us 10% cooldown reduction. And hopefully with this, you should be able to take down the boss. If you cannot take down the boss, you're going to go to Elysian and do 1 level here. But hopefully this should be enough for you to move on. There we go. We have now completed the level 1 Crucible. So we did get ourselves some extra rewards. You can see we now have ourselves a honing chest. This is what you get for every single level. As well, we got an Elysian attempt. These is technically the ones you want to keep, because these have no expiry date until the end of the season. So we're going to go ahead and save these Elysian attempts until we've gotten to the highest floor possible. So set these to the side. Of course, if you really want to use them, you can use them, but I would definitely recommend not using them at all. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to go move on to the next level, and we're going to try to do the same thing. Because we have ourselves our 5 first items, we can maybe make it until 60%. Of course, not every class can be able to make this, And of course, I will show what happens if you do not make it to 60. Here we go, we reach 60%, which will give us another chest. But what happens, of course, if you do not get 60%? Of course, I'm going to show that right now. So if you didn't get 60%, and you're like, I just missed a little bit, or got like 40%, which is quite common for it to happen, then what you're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take on a elysian instead. So you can see right now we have unlocked the level 2 elysian. Because we've unlocked the level 2 boss, we do not have to defeat the level 2 boss to unlock the level 2 elysian. So we're going to go over into elysian level 2 and just take down the floor. And there we go, we now done 5, and you can see we have a few more items. We can just go ahead and dismantle these, and boom, there we go. So we're going to be focusing up on, of course, using our gray ones to get everything to level 2. We're going to get ourselves some extra skill cooldown right here. So you can see, like, even if you get unlucky, you still get progression, and it's just going to be very, very nice. You get still your first level 3 as well. I would definitely recommend putting that into the bottom left liquor glass, because it's going to give you a T skill cooldown reduction of 20%. And that's technically how it works. So every single time you get a new floor, you can see if you get yourself up to 60%. If you get there, you use all the gear that you have. And if you do not have enough, you do one elysian and try again. And you just repeat it until you're at the final level. Sometimes, of course, you're going to get very unlucky and just not get any upgrades. It is what it is. It is what happens. For example, my breaker was stuck on like the second to last floor. But sometimes you're lucky and you can be able to get to like through everything without doing a single elysian. And you know, you make sure that every single week you use all your elysians up on the highest floor possible, and then just wait until the next week. So of course, every single time you defeat the bosses, we got ourselves some extra items. We saw that we got ourselves the chest for items. You get ourselves some character gear. You got ourselves some elysian attempts. But every 3 levels you get a special box called the Pardise Orb Selection Chest. So if you see right now in my inventory, I got myself one of those. The Trailblazer Supplies Crucible level 3. So we're going to be able to get every single orb from the season. And these orbs are special because these orbs are specific for the season of Paradise. So the ones we got from season 1 are unobtainable. So I'm sorry to say that if you're looking for a Paradise Orb that everyone had from season 1, you cannot get it. And if you were wondering which one we had ourselves a AoE damage one, we had ourselves a target damage one, and we had the best one, which was the HP recovery one, which is very, very, very good. So this season, of course, we got ourselves more orbs. And you may be wondering, which orb am I even taking? Because there is, of course, 3 different ones. We have ourselves the cold orb, the ice one. We have the fire orb, and we have the holy orb. So you may be wondering, okay, what do I even choose? So very simple. It's the same as last time. So it's going to be like an AoE one, it's going to be a damage one, and it's going to be a supportive one. And I am just going to say, in every single scenario, especially if you've never done Paradise, you are just picking up the Orb of Gentle Projection. And the reason why you're taking this one, it's very simple. This orb we had before from the previous Paradise season was healing us. And this orb does not heal us, it shields us, which is very, very, very good. So what does this really do? We're going to quickly hover over it. It says, when using a hyper awakening technique, which is your T skill, creates a sanctuary with a 5-meter radius, deals X amount of damage. So it still deals damage, guys, if you're wondering, okay, so I maybe have to sacrifice damage for shielding. No. But what it does, guys, it grants a 10,000 HP shield to allies per 1 second, lasting for 4 seconds. So every 4 seconds that everyone is in that circle, you're gonna get 10,000 HP shield, 10,000 HP shield, 10,000 HP shield, and at the end it grants an additional 50,000 HP shield with a 45-second cooldown. So why do I think this is the best orb? It's simply because the damage orbs are just not good. They're just not crazy much better than the damage you get from just a supportive one, and it's just so nice giving your allies just 10,000 HP shields and 50,000 HP shield every single time. You can imagine if 4 people running this, that is literally a 40,000 HP shield every second for 4 seconds, and then a 200,000 HP shield, which is the same as a support awakening at the end, which is very good every 45 seconds. And why I even think that it's maybe even better than the healing orb is because, of course, the healing orb only has purpose if you lost HP, but the shield orb can prevent losing HP. So sometimes you can have that you're full HP, you're proccing your orb of sacred nature, and you're literally not going to get any benefit at all because you didn't lose HP. But this orb of gentle protection can make it that you, of course, get a shield, and maybe you get a hit then, and then you just do not lose HP anyway. So even if you lost out on the Season 1 orb, I think this orb technically is better than the Season 1 orb, but of course a mix of the two in the party party is fine. So be sure to just use this one, in my opinion. And of course, for the future chests you're going to get, pick any of the other ones, test them out if you want to. But in my opinion, this one is the best one. And then a week has passed, and you're going to be able to go ahead and meet yourself with a new little mailbox item. And it's going to say your weekly Paradise ranking rewards are here, which you're going to get yourselves 3 keys, or maybe some purple or legendary keys, depending on your ranking. And boom, we're going to go ahead and claim these 3 right here. So what can we do right now? Because it's a new week, of course, we can go ahead and unlock the next tier of Elysian. So we're going to be able to go ahead and take down the crucible. Then we're going to go ahead and move on. But besides that, of course, you're going to be able to unlock yourself hell right here. And hell is very interesting because hell is going to allow you to get some absolutely amazing rewards. So you're going to get yourself shards, gold, like accessories, tappies, even stones, engraving kits, Elysian attempts. There's so many things you can get from here, which is going to be amazing. You don't need anything for this, so don't worry about it. So just enter it and you're good to go. So every single time we go inside of the hell key, there is going to be a random left and right for it. Doesn't matter which one you take, they bring you to the same place. So there's no like RNG and like, oh, if you went left, you would have had plus 20, and if you went went right, you got to have had plus 7 or something like that. No, there's no difference. They're both going to the same area. It's been confirmed by the devs. It's just like the illusion of choice. You can see you can go left or right, and it's depending on the tier of the key, you get yourself X amount of jumps, and the higher jumps you get, the better rewards you're gonna get as well. So the things you just have to keep in mind is no matter what you do, you're just gonna grab whatever you need for your character. There is, of course, gonna be different rewards that are better and worse for certain people, but, you know, maybe for you, karma is very good, and maybe for me, karma is very bad. So it's up to you what kind of rewards you want to get, and I'm gonna show you, of course, some rewards that I'm gonna get from this run. So this is gonna be my final floor. I said you got unlucky and got myself a floor 38 into a 49, so every single time the rewards are going to be dependent on the total 10th floor. So if you're floor 48 or 49, you get the exact same rewards. But if I would have gotten floor 50, I would have gotten a higher tier reward. So you can see right here, I'm going to give myself either bracelet chest, ability stone kit chest, and fusion material. So bracelet is just going to be random bracelets, but they're going to be the best ones. So they're going to be 2 baselines and 3 options. Ability stone kit, you can actually literally select a stone you want. So if you want to just like have a grudge adrenaline stone, you get yourself a bunch of those, which is very good. And future materials is just, of course, Abydos, and I'm gonna grab myself up this one right here. So that, of course, is the premises of just doing your hell keys. They're very good. You can see we just got ourselves a bunch of Aurea. I don't know how much I exactly got, but we got ourselves a lot of them. But there is even a special form of key called the Frost and Fire key. And now, of course, we're going to talk about the special keys, which are going to be able to be obtained from the Altar of Hell, spawning at a 20% chance at the start of your hell key, or if you reach floor 50 exactly, or floor 100. And you can put in any kind of key, but be sure to think about that this key can be upgraded, downgraded, or of course turned into a Frost or Fire key. So, but if it's going to be turned into a Frost or Fire key, it's going to retain the amount of descents possible. So if I put in a purple key, I get 6 jumps, and if I put in a blue key, I get 5 jumps. But of course, this can be less, but this will be explained later. So we're going to use this right now and see where we get. And we got hooked up with a purple key. So our key actually upgraded from blue to purple. That's not bad. Okay, come on, please. Please, what L key? Come on. Yeah, let's go. So if you're lucky from doing the transmutation, you get yourself either a Frost or a Fire key, and these are exactly the same, so it doesn't matter which one of the 2 you get. So we're gonna, of course, quickly finish this dungeon and then show you what this is all about. A normal hell key, and we have the Nether Frost key, and you can see it turns into a whole different color. Yes. So this now, you can see, has some different rewards. So some rewards have been filtered out, and there's new rewards that have been put in, including card packs, including level 8 gems. Oh my god, but you get these only at very high floors, and as well, relic engraving book. So this is the reason why you really want these chests. Like, a lot of bad rewards are gone, and a lot of good rewards are in. So, but of course, there is always a catch with this one. So welcome to the netherworld, and this one is very tricky. And the reason because of that is if you get yourself the same type of your key on the enemies, then you are instantly gonna die. You have 1 resurrect, but keep in mind, if you die, you lose all rewards. So you're gonna get 0 chests, 0 loot, 0 everything. So make sure to choose wisely. But keep one thing in mind. The starting floor, even a floor 0, is around a floor 50 to 60 in rewards. So even if you have to take a floor 0 because you're immediately gonna die, it is totally fine because you're still gonna get a okay amount of rewards. So we're gonna go ahead and jump down and see what we have to do. So we're gonna take the top floor and see where we're gonna get. So we got a small jump as well, so we're gonna get ourselves a floor 2, and we got a frost one as well. So this is the worst possible outcome, and we're instantly gonna die. So what does this mean? Of course, I can jump again after defeating this floor, but if I get another frost, I will die again, and I will get 0 loot. So I'm not gonna risk it because I'm just gonna show you guys, of course, the rewards. You need, I think it was above a floor 70 or floor 80 to even get a level A gem. So if you really want to get that, then of course you have to get very high floors. But if you do not want to jump anymore, you just click quit and claim rewards at the top left. Boom, and there we go. And we got ourselves some rewards. And sadly, we got ourselves the worst one possible. We got ourselves the bracelet, which is okay. Ability stone kits, which is okay. Bound gold, but we didn't get the books. We didn't get the cards, which are the special ones. But we're going to get ourselves the bound gold chest. And you can see that even as a floor 0, we still get 3.5k times 5. So if we use all this, boom, we get 16,000 gold from just that floor 0 key. So it is still okay. Now, of course, we know how Elysian works, Crucible works, and Hell works. So the final thing I have to explain, of course, real quick, is going to be the Paradise Exchange. And that, of course, is going to be your weekly exchange where you get yourself either some more Hell keys, or as well, you can exchange some materials you have left over. So first of all, guys, the exchange keys, you can use your cube tickets to get yourself extra Hell keys. So of course, it's up to you. These are kind of worth it. I would say never go for the purple or the legendary keys. If you're gonna exchange something, exchange only the blue keys. But of course, if you need gold for your roster, then do not use these. If you really need materials for a character, it can be worth it, but it still is a bit iffy because, of course, RNG. Up next, we have ourselves the exchange. So this one is actually very, very simple. Is every time you get yourself some more items from the Elysian, you maybe are gonna have some left over. You can see I have some greens left over, which I literally cannot use because my levels are too high. What I then can do is I can go over to the Paradise Exchange. I can click exchange and get rid of these old items. And boom, you can see I can exchange 2 of the green exchange items for 14 Paradise Essence. You can see I can do the same thing with blue. What I can then do is I can use these items, the Paradise Essence, to buy myself more Elysian tickets right here. So there's 2 different ones which are very, very, very interesting. We got ourselves the Elysian Attempt ones, which are going to be bound for my own character. But if we are on alt and we want to funnel our main, we can use 1,000 of them to get a roster bound ticket. And of course, these roster bound tickets are very, very nice. There is a few other ways to get more of them as well. So first of all, it's going to be Azina's Blessing gives you 1 extra attempt every single week. And as well, if you're going to do your world bosses whenever they're available, they have a chance of dropping another entry ticket as well. And last but not least, as well, from Hell mode, there is going to be a version that drops these tickets. You can see right here. So if you want more of those, you can get them from here. And that should be it, guys. That's everything you need to know about Paradise Season 2 and everything you should do as a new player. So good luck getting yourself your RNG, getting yourself up top of the leaderboards. It is a big RNG fest, I'm gonna say right there. Like, there's not a lot of skill involved. It's just get lucky, and if you don't get lucky, it is what it is. But no matter what, you're gonna be able to enjoy a ton of awesome rewards. So guys, thanks so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, I would highly appreciate a like down below, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks so much for watching, and see you guys again soon for another video, which is gonna be about the Arc Grid. Take care.